This short video was designed to answer questions that you might have as you complete your formative assessment lesson documentation. At the top of the form, you will need to complete the date the concept was taught and the date the benchmark or formative assessment was given. After that information has been completed, it is time to analyze the data. In the student name column, you will list all of your students' names. This form only has 19 spaces. If you have more than 19 students, you will need a second form. Our test data indicates that we need to focus more on the achievement levels of our Black males and students with disabilities. So we are indicating a BM by our Black males and SWD by our students with disabilities. For example, student D is a Black male, but student M is a student with disabilities. In the element columns, you're going to write the element you are working on and the skill you are working on and the number of questions that address that element or skill. You're going to write the number of questions each student got correct. For example, student B got 5 questions correct on element 2A, but only 3 questions right on element 3B. After you have noted the number correct, indicate the group that each child will go with. On our example, I have made that indication with a check mark. Student B will go with group 2 and work on element 3B because that student only got 3 correct, while student E will go with group 1 and work on element 2A because that student only got 2 questions right. In some instances where you have students who get everything correct, like student A got 5 questions correct for element 2A and 5 out of 5 correct for element 3B. So that student will need to stay with his home teacher. After you have completed the questions that were correct, you will need to write the date of the flexible grouping. You will need to identify the content to be reviewed and the responsible teacher. On this example, Ms. Harden will have group 1 and she will work on element 2A, while Mr. Bates has group 2 and will work on element 3B. You'll indicate the date of the assessment in the regular teacher's classroom. After the assessment, you're going to run a report from Infinite Campus and attach it as your final data check. This paper will then need to be kept in your data notebook. This form should be completed for formative assessments and benchmarks and should only assess 2 elements with a minimum of 10 questions with 5 questions per element. Let us know if you have any questions.